When riveting pieces of sheet metal together, you have to calculate the correct size of rivet, so what diameter and what length it needs to be, but you also have to calculate where the rivet holes are going to be positioned to put the rivets in. Too close to the edge, and you're going to have the metal tear, if there's any stress on it. Too far from the edge, and the metal can come apart at the edge. So you need to have the right distance, and the distance is based on the diameter of the rivet. And we studied this in class, but here's a little more detail. So when we're calculating how far from the edge each hole is, and consider I've drawn this by hand, so it's not 100% accurate, it's representative though. So how far am I going to make these holes in order to put my rivets in such that it's close enough to this edge that it keeps it tight, but it's far enough away that if it was right at the edge, if I put holes like this, then the metal would likely tear if it was put under stress. So it has to be far enough away that it holds it tight. But if it was too far away, if I made my holes here, this distance away, then the metal could separate. So we're finding the optimum distance. And the formulas we use are, well, the closest we can be to the edge, so the minimum edge distance, is 2 times the diameter of the rivet. The maximum distance it can be away, so the farthest it can be from the edge, is 4 times the diameter of the rivet. Common practice is to take the diameter of the rivet and multiply by 2.5. So I'll calculate each. Let's say that we determined that for our purposes, we needed to use a 5/32 diameter rivet, so it's 5/32 of an inch in diameter. I can convert that to a decimal value instead. It's easier to do the math, particularly when we get awkward sizes. 5 divided by 32 gives me 0.15625. So that's the diameter using a decimal value. So the minimum edge distance would be 2 times that diameter. Rounded to 3 decimal places would be 0.313 inches. So the closest I can be to the edge is 0.313 inches. The maximum edge distance is 4 times the diameter, which gives me 0.625 inches. So the farthest I can be away from the edge is 0.625 inches. The common practice, we would multiply that diameter by 2.5. So 2.5 times the 0.15625, the diameter of the rivet, rounded to 3 decimal places, is 0.391 inches. And that's the common practice we would use. So this is how we calculate it. Notice the answers, they don't have to be fractions. Rivet diameter has to be in a fraction because that's how rivets are sized. But we can take that, convert it to decimal, and we can have decimal answers rounded to 3 decimal places as our answer for edge distance.